around this hero and shut her down early on. If you don't shut her down early on, guess what she's gonna buy? What boots?
Look at that.
Which
You've
boots?
been talking about one boots in particular. It's Arcanes, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
of
go with
course.
Arcanes.
Exactly. Good job. She buys Arcanes, and then she just spams you together with her position 5, whoever that is, and you can't approach the lane any longer. You need to wait for a little while until you get level 6 or some rotations hit in. Overall, my personal favorite carry, I feel like Lina and Nature's Prophet evenly share that position 1 for me. Maybe Lina a little bit more. And by the way, the matchup is good versus Morphling. I forgot to say that. Like, Morphling later on, of course, he's this ultimate god carry, but Lina can burst you down early on.
So you definitely got to be careful, right?
Yep. Early on, gotta be careful. Later on, you just get on top of her, and she kind of has to figure out a way to keep distance. We'll see. The build, by the way, very standard. Arcanes, Gleipnir. Then after that, you can decide what to go for, but those two are necessary.
Carrie's building Arcanes is really the trend.
Every goddamn game. By the way, we talked about it last game, or last series at least. We do get to experience the sniper position 4.
Oh.
Yeah. You get the sniper rolling down your lane with boots and blood grenade.
Yeah, the scatter shot facet is a disgusting amount of damage.
It's pretty good. It's really good. Like, especially if you can add in another slow or a stun, so you make sure that that damage is dealt. The problem that I kind of see here is, and also the reason why he bought boots on bot lane, is the fact that Elder Titan hits really damn hard and he's really damn fast, so you have to keep your distance. Those shrapnels aren't going to save you.
No, they only last a second, and we've seen Elder Titans all of a sudden level 2, level 3, they're hitting for like 100 something, and well, you're a sniper with 600 life if you're at full health, just about at the moment. So you die very quickly.
Yep, that can be very scary for you, especially if you don't have any disables, and they don't have, I guess they have a little bit of slow from the boars, but besides that, this lane can be a bit tricky.
Mid lane, we are seeing this Tiny against this Pango. This is a matchup we've seen a lot before, but
it's kind of... I don't know which one of these two I hate more.
Tiny or Pango?
When it comes to heroes, both heroes that have been in the meta for the longest time. They're cool, they're great to play, they're enjoyable. Poshka getting away.
Also, how do you feel about this 5-position Nagasai?
I think it's great. I actually think that's another hero that's very solid. Like, Naga does way too much right now as a support. The reel-in lasting like 4 seconds or something is stupid good versus some heroes, because you can basically pull them under the tower while you're trading. Reel-in is, yeah, it feels nice to have. Not only that, of course, that's not the only reason. She trades very nicely.
Well, forced to have use a cookie there, but you could see the potential.
That's why I said versus some heroes. Like, if you have mobility against that, it doesn't matter too much. And cookie is very helpful against it. Plus you get a lot of AoE damage from those two heroes versus illusions.
Right. I was gonna say, you know, if you're forcing them to use the cookie, though, cookie's not exactly a cheap spell with the mana pool that Snapfire has, right?
Burns. You don't have the
So
for sure,
you could have all of a sudden snaps out of mana, find yourself an opportunity to get that reel in and find yourself an LSA. All of a sudden, you don't get that save.
And it's basically free once your Lina has Arcanes, you can just spam it constantly. It's a nice setup for LSA with or without reel. But then again, on this top lane, like, Naga isn't some hero that can prevent the enemy from going on Lina this early on. So Collapse, you know, with his Kunkka, if he gets an X, if he gets a good torrent, like this Lina might be in a lot of problems. And like when you look at Aurora and when you look at their draft and you see Sniper and Naga as supports, another one of those.
Looks like a pub draft a little bit.
It looks like a review from Jenkins, you know.
Oh, you queued for hard support, but you're picking the, you know, the Naga to carry with or the Sniper to carry with from the 4 position. It could be a little bit of a Jenkins video, that's for sure.
Yeah, but all jokes aside, like this Naga, you know, like she farms very damn nicely on a 5 or a 4, and you're always gonna find some Solar Crest, Greaves, whatever, you know, like you will be useful later on in the game.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So back on it. Maposhka sitting here level 3, and he is hitting for 158. That is disgusting. And then he's gonna walk over here, and now the boar is in, but the blood grenade, the shrapnels, Maposhka might have overstepped a little bit. Q still low, ticking down, has 5 health, but they'll bring over the Pango and get first blood.
That's the that's the annoying Sniper, I know. You know, like that's the
23?
Yeah.
LSA, X goes the other direction. And there's a blood grenade and a full bore scatter blast, but looks like 23 is going to be a-okay. Although the torrent, it lands on the edge. Now they've got the cookie follow-up. 23 trying to LSA, but that's going to miss. And now the blood grenade is slowing him down, but oh, the little shredder to get that kill. 23 ends up dead. Laurel's here. Avalanche toss. Ollie's gone. And it's 2 kills for the side of Team Spirit.
Yeah, perfect rotation from Laurel as well. Like to be there on time, taking some runes and also getting a kill. Almost, by the way, almost saved by Oli. He threw that blood grenade and Lina almost got away, but it's such an easy lane to bully, you know, for Kunkka and Snap.
And in trouble. That is shrapnel really hurting. And Mira's gonna die to 23 Savage, so he'll get some instant revenge.
My problem... Well, let's see, maybe it's 23's problem.
It could be. Torrent lands again. They've got the Tidebringer LSA that hits on to the Elder Titan. Oh, gosh. Mapochka just stapled him down. Oh, boy. Shrapnel will be enough. They get the kill to Mapochka. They'll look over at Collapse. That's going to be 2 dead there. As, man, that Elder Titan, yeah, he dies, but Mapochka hurts with that extra damage.
Mira steals the rune on the mid lane. Yep, they lose 2, but more importantly, they do take down 23 Savage once again. And this is like the perfect way to play against Lina. Look, it's the perfect way to play against any carry. Just keep on killing them, right? It's what you want to do, but Lina is a tempo carry. And taking her down this early on just messes up the playstyle that she wants to go for, so it's pretty cool. Very nicely done by Team Spirit.
And I keep seeing the more full shift Agi. Down to full, no health, and just wand straight up to full, and Radon a-okay. Avalanche though, on the Naga Siren. Torrent and Ollie in trouble as the Tidebringer from Collapse gets that kill, and another one there for the side of Team Spirit.
Isn't this like a dream tiny game B-Cop? Like you just, anyone you see on the map you can blow up.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
is under attack.
definitely is. When I play Tiny in my dreams, I just continue to voice Tiny in my head all the time, so. Hopefully it's not my dream Tiny game.
Hopefully. Hopefully not. By the way, like, okay, we have this Naga and Sniper as supports, right? And I can get the Naga. Like, I see a lot of item builds on Naga. Hold that thought, Savage.
Ghost ship coming through. X lands with the ghost ship, and they've got the little shredder. Mira gets the kill. Rolling Thunder thought about for a second. They even ping out that they've got vision somewhere, and they find it. Ollie doing a good job of recognizing where the vision is.
Yeah, 23, he needs to get away from this top lane at this point. Like, this isn't the Lina that's dominating and just pressuring, crushing you with spell spam because of arcanes. No, this is Mira mid lane.
Uh-oh. Rolling Thunder coming through. Lauren, well, this would be Lornoff doing his best Joel impression. As he just spins a little bit, and 23 Savage gets the kill on Amira. Works out
And
pretty
he was
well
in
there.
the river as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
makes sense, makes sense.
So even at 5, we've seen this before.
Radiant are scanning.
Though it was in the last series, it was 5-5 for Extreme and Gaiman, and then all of a sudden Extreme went on an 8-kill unanswered streak. But the game's looking pretty even thus far, and got to think about the Beastmaster that, of course, is top of the net worth, looking for about a, what, 12, 13-minute timing on that axe?
Yep. The difference is, though, Morphling is free farming his lane. Sure thing, Beastmaster is farming Ancient, stacks as well, like he's having a blast, but Lina is the difference here. 34 CS.
Axe goes ship. Scatter Blast and a Tidebringer. Now they go to the Blood Grenade. Cookie to try and level him to the Avalanche, and well, that's going to be enough movement to catch up, get that Avalanche, get that kill in a queue.
It's so easier to play Larl Steiny this at this point. Like, you just have heroes to play with. Your supports are very useful. They can set things up. Even that Cookie, you know, just
Scanning.
putting you closer to the sniper.
Tower is under attack.
Miposhka, basically a beast, can do whatever he wants to in this game.
Yeah. Now, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Your Snapfire, what kind of cookies are you baking?
What kind of cookies am I baking?
Yeah.
Some brownies?
That what?
I don't know.
Wait, what? I said, all right, just never mind. Forget it. Oh my god, you have so many options. There's so many options. Snickerdoodle, chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, sugar cookies.
Bro, this is the cultural difference between you from NA and me from the Balkans. You think we had options with cookies? Come on, bro.
Oh, what was did you have one cookie available?
Yeah, we did. This was...
So wouldn't that be the answer?
Yeah, I mean, I can't translate it. That's the problem. It was very dry, though. This cookie was very dry. It was called Petit. The guys in the chat will know for sure. But in any case, back to the game. Like, every time I want to play the sniper as a position 4 B-Cop, I don't think about cookies. I think about what is my item build. Because, like, you play the sniper because of shrapnel, right? And shrapnel is really cool. Top lane?
X, Lornoff in some trouble. Sleep is there. They've got the ghost ship, scatter blast. It all combines together to get that kill and the tier 1 to follow.
Man, I hyped up these two supports like they'll be able to do something, but Naga and Sniper right now are just farming the jungle together. This is literally how my games look like when people are flaming each other.
Hopefully not much of that is happening inside the comms.
Of course not. They're just trying to recover a little bit, get the drums done on Oli, and I've been trying to talk about this for a while now. I don't know what to buy on Sniper. I don't know what the build is. You're gonna go on Mira.
And they're trying. Shrapnel's used, Assassinate, flies out, but they don't quite get the damage to get the kill on the Mira just yet. However, Ollie ready and will finish him off.
Yeah.
It's good to get a couple of kills again. It's just opening up time and space for Jabs, who's got this X at around the timing that we thought he would.
He has no one to play with right now. That's the only problem I see. Like, he's very farmed, but your Sniper just used all of his shrapnel charges, which basically renders him kind of useless for the next minute. Like, he needs to go back and just wait the cooldowns.
Dire are scanning.
And Jabs is just chilling, waiting for his Blink Dagger. Right now, I don't think that they have a way of... Or they think they don't have a way of killing Morphling.
Unless they catch him full agi.
Of course, unless they
But,
catch him
yeah.
full agi with 1 HP being hit by creeps. Under vision, you know.
I just think when the blink comes out, maybe they've got that opportunity, or...
Yep.
But you still, Lornoff doesn't really have anything other than arcane boots. Like, maybe that could happen with the Rolling Thunder blink right onto Morphling, but it's so far in the future that it's just not.
Yeah, they want to kill the beast actually instead. They know where Jabs is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Are scanning.
Scan doesn't connect. TP attempt, and Laurel not going to be able to stop that. They're just a little bit late on going for that.
Jabs is just a little bit too good.
Yeah, read the map well.
Read the map really damn well. They were even smoked, but the way he positioned himself hiding, very nicely done. I guess this is good for Aurora because Zoli is farming, Sniper is farming. Sniper isn't even pretending he's a support, by the way. He's just chilling in the jungle.
Just farming.
Yeah, pretty much.
As it goes. Trying to get that shard next, has drums, has a wand. Q sitting top of the net worth for supports by a solid margin, honestly. As Radon gets a free tier 1.
Dire's bottom
Yeah.
tower has fallen.
I don't know, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on what I'm seeing from the Sniper, and I'm not sure if it's the laning stage that brought him here. But right now, I don't think he is making a good case for this 4 Sniper, which I have seen, and I know that it can work, but this game is looking rough.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Well, until they really get a Blink Dagger and have that initiation, it's not looking like they want to take fights.
Yeah, that's true.
Blink, Avalanche, Toss, and Lornoff, he'll escape that. They go to the Song. There's an amplified damage here on a Collapse, and the Song, well, not hitting on a Maposhka, who might be looking ready to fight. The pop, the Blade Mail, they go to the Primal Roar, but still alive. Collapse may be able to fight back. Unfortunately, it's not looking good for Aurora anyway, with Jabs and Ollie dying to Laurel, but the chase is on for the Tiny. They've got themselves the Assassinate. They will get this kill on a Laurel with that Assassinate, so it ends up being a 2-for-2 trade. And this Lina will pig pull out of there. It looked good for a second for Aurora, but then losing both Ollie as well as Jabs just completely deflates the fight for a second.
Yeah, it looked like a really nice setup. Under the tier 2, your Beastmaster is ready. He's got his Blink Aghanims, Roar was there, and then they just trade evenly. And it's not really that even because Naga, your support, Naga, she used Sleep. And this is, I think, the longest cooldown right now in this game at least. That's a 3-minute cooldown. 180 seconds. I'm just going through spells. I don't think there's anything close.
It's definitely up there.
There's
180.
there is nothing close. There is nothing. There's like 120 seconds on kisses. That's it. Q.
All sees the Serenity and the drums. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Come on.
Yeah, you didn't even
Dire's middle
sound
tower is
like you
under
were
attack.
doubting him.
Never. So, despite this game feeling like it's been all team spirit, truthfully, and I know it's 9-8, and it's weird to kind of say that, but they have had the control of the map. They've been the ones initiating. Aurora have come out pretty close in net worth. Now, that being said, it is due in part to the fact that Sniper's got a lot of farm that it's keeping it close net worth numbers-wise, and the fact that Beastmaster's pretty farmed.
Are scanning.
But I still like where they're at. We saw Aurora earlier with the Windrunner have kind of a similar game on 23 Savage, where his game started slow, but eventually he kind of got there despite them losing that game. And we'll see if they can do that again. Primal Roar, Rolling Thunder, Assassinate out, Anima Poshka, they'll blink in, Avalanche as well as the toss. They go to the Mortimer's Kisses. This could be a problem for the side of Aurora. They'll end up losing Jabs, but the Laguna Blade gets the kill and a Collapse. The right clicks onto Laurel, not going to be enough. The Earth Splitter's going to fly through with the waveform forward from Radon. They find the Scatter Blast out, lands on a Q. They'll get themselves a second. They'll look for Ollie, who will throw the net onto Maposhka while Laurel does find 23. They've got the toss, the LSA that lands, but the cookie comes through from Miro. They've got the little shredder. 23 Savage is going to die here. Triple kill for the Snapfire. Mira making moves.
Why didn't he run? He was chilling there on the high ground, and then he started attacking the Ancients, while Tiny is literally chasing your Pango to you. I mean, maybe he was trying to save Lorenov by LSA or something like that, but yeah, in the end it just looked very damn badly for Aurora.
A lot of gold there for Mira on that Snapfire and puts Mira ahead of the Sniper.
Yeah, and you know, like we talked about the Dream Tiny game, and it's a Dream Tiny game when you see him going for Blink Kanda, because he understands these guys are so squishy on Aurora, like he can literally blow up every single one of these cores. Maybe not Pango if he jumps him. 23.
Oh no. I mean, this is unfair. He's got an Invis rune. You're not expecting this. Avalanche toss into the ghost ship. In the wake of that boat will be the body of 23 Savage.
He's like, they've got vision here. They had no vision there, you know. Just Invis Q mid lane. And Poshka is connecting.
Yeah, Avalanche, tree toss. And that is with the phylactery, but Q does have that shard, so he will use the concussive grenade to get some distance.
The reason, like the reason you pick Naga is, okay, this hero doesn't have a save besides the song, right? Like you can't save targets besides every 2 minutes or whatever when your cooldowns are gone. But how you save them is mid lane, Lorenov.
Thunder, yeah, they want to go for this. Looking for the sweep, but that's going to be stopped. Avalanche into the toss. They get the kill to Ollie. Prime Aurora is going to be used, but do they have the damage? It's not looking like it, at least initially. Earth Splitter comes through and lands onto 3 of these heroes. It'll push them back. Sniper with a concussive grenade. The Mortimer's Kisses are out, but nobody else is coming in from the side of Team Spirit.
Yeah, Larl was thinking about going back in, but nice concussive grenade, and also one of the boars was hitting him. Anyways, like with Naga, you should be scouting out everything, right? Like with the illusions, that's the way you control the map. But right now, he's kind of far behind. He's the lowest net worth, and he's unable to accomplish that.
So, 4,000 net worth lead. Tier 2 gone. This is starting to look bad for Aurora. Again, net worth not
they scanned
split,
him.
But
yeah, they scanned Jabs. He's trying to go for this rush. He's already like he was unlucky with the bashes, and now he's gonna be unlucky because of Laurel as well.
Laurel is everywhere. Jabs the TP. No, all right. He tried.
Oh,
close.
well,
Close.
50% HP on rushes. You don't get the Pango, but you're gonna get the free Aegis.
Yeah, thanks for doing most of the work.
Pretty much. It was a nice attempt by Beastmaster, because there is just so much chaos happening on your side of the map. He tried sneaking in, going for that Roshan, but Spirits are on point with their game sense.
Sweep, toss, and an Aegis. There it is.
Rolling out, rolling through to Q. He's like, no, bro, don't lead him to me.
Cute concussive grenade, just trying to not be involved in anything that was coming behind that Pangolier, if anything. They buy a smoke. If they use this right now to fight, this almost feels like a very desperate move, but it will be a solo smoke from Jabs. Let's see where he goes.
I don't think he can get a solo pick off. I feel like this is more something to do with farm. They're playing my side, let's go. Okay, never mind. He's bringing Q. He didn't use the smoke. Someone else used it. He couldn't give it to Sniper. Or whatever that was, I'm not sure. Sniper went back. He's gonna run into Morphling, Radan.
Maybe he can catch him full agi, but he's already shifting. Oh, does he have the damage? The adaptive strike, the scatter blast. Jabs will try to TP out the Mortimer's Kisses, and he went on a mission, but he does return home. But Laurel has eyes on the prize. avalanche toss, 23 Savage. Oh gosh. Just dead immediately.
Yep. 363, position 1 Lina. Not the best game ever. And you know what? What's also a problem? Like, he went for an early BKB. Like, he didn't go Gleipnir first. He just got instant Maelstrom BKB just so he can survive through these scenarios. But he's still unable to actually use it in a meaningful way.
Is under attack.
Just one of those games, you know, it happens.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
your lane goes poorly, then they catch you, then the enemy mid laner has an invis rune. It's just like everything that can go poorly for him
Dire's bottom tower
went that way. So
It's really tough here for Aurora. So they're gonna take the enemy Tormentor. That'll be Shard for Collapse. So he now has access to that tidal wave. I look at this Aurora lineup and where these heroes are in net worth, and 23 Savage doesn't exactly have a passage to really get a comeback to start unless they somehow turtle and
BKB.
salvage this game.
Oh, he lived
BKB
at
was
least
used.
for now.
Song X pull back into the torrent. Ali trying to lock up some heroes, but they do not have the rest of the team. They will net Laurel,
under attack.
but what else is there?
He like started drilling him in and no, never.
Do you want the tiny close to you?
Yeah. That fish is too big.
Now with no BKB, I don't know how 23 Savage is going to get the damage out. The LSA, this might work. All right, they go to the Roar. They're trying to get the kill on Radon, but he's going to pop that Manta Hood waveform out of there. And now they'll look over at Laurel. They'll get the kill to the Tiny. He's going to be dead for the first time, but he has his Aegis. Tidal Wave pulling in Lauren off. They've got the Pango in a bad way, but he'll shield crash. Avalanche lands. Mortimer's Kisses with the toss. Laurel's got a kill. They'll look over at Q. He's on the low ground. That's a sleep that lands from Aposhka. And they will waveform, kill off this sniper. 2 heroes dead without buyback. And Aurora looking for answers.
Well, while looking for Beast.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's a dead jabs. That's gonna be 3 gone. No buyback. X on Ali. Naga's gonna be filleted and killed if he's not too careful, but gets up the steps, not gonna matter. Laurel with another toss dunk. Tidal wave out of the base. Full team wipe here for Team Spirit as they finish off game number 1 over Aurora.
Tough day for Aurora. Like the first series and the second one, the second one starting in a really difficult way for them to come back into game. Little small pause.
Everybody coming back.
Yeah, there we go.
Everybody's back. No harm, no foul. Nobody out of position. Collapse trying to get some laughter out there, and that's fine. 0 + 0. I guess is 0? If I had to guess. Q asking if you could walk back. A lot of all chatting happened. I'm always a big fan of all chatting, especially when it's in good fun.
Q is super out of position, so I understand why he's asking this.
Hey, can I just walk back? And yeah, they're gonna let him walk back. Well, all right. You know, maybe Mahoshka not being so nice once he gets back. So he's able to get back. Nobody dies. Nobody gives up first blood, and a little bit of a quick disconnect as we are back on it. Nothing of value was lost by any team. 23 Savage back up to full health. We're taking a look up towards top, and I do need to mention the rabbit mount for the Mirana. Pretty sure that is a very expensive mount. I forget how much it is, but I think it's over $1,000, that mount.
It's expensive for you, B-Cop. It's not expensive for someone that won 2 TIs.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. It's also very rare, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I'm sure he's very happy to show it off now that he can play Mirana carry, you know? Not really the most staple position 1 through the patches.
It hasn't exactly been the most played position 1. But No, I was just gonna do more on the cosmetics while we were paused. But if you got something important, it way outweighs anything I was gonna say in the next 5
There's
seconds.
nothing more important than cosmetics.
No, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
Of course, that's what Gaben likes. Talk about cosmetics.
Well, this beautiful cosmetic on your screen is only gotten by purchasing the Marana sculpture. So, you want that? Somehow find a way to purchase that, I guess. That's it. That's all I got. I'm done.
Okay. Speaking of Mirana, this hero is a really strong laner at the moment. And she's got 5 CS, a little bit behind on the Mars, but once you hit like level 2, level 3, that's where Jakiro also can shine. You get your Liquid Frost plus dual breath, so much damage. I love exactly this facet. You go for Frost. That's pretty good.
Now, Liquid Frost with the Blood Grenade combo, still very deadly. And taking a look around the horn is right now the top 3 on the CS are all Aurora. Granted, we're only 2.5 minutes in. But Invoker, for the moment, kind of getting beat a little bit.
A little surprising considering how bot lane started. Like 23 Savage was under the tower, almost full strength morphed. He managed to recover. And top lane as well, considering it's Jakiro plus Mirana, I expect them to be a bit stronger.
Q just soaking in on the dual breath there as Miposhka just trying to keep some distance between himself and the Radiant side because this Lotus is coming up.
This Lotus,
Picks up that Lotus.
every time a team picks it up, I feel like this lane is most likely won by them. You know, if you can secure that Lotus, you can most likely secure the lane off that point as well. It's not that strong. It's just like this mental damage that this does. When you see someone just sitting next to that pool, getting free HP, free mana.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice little mental moment, but the better moment is if your support's willing to give it to the carry after picking it up.
No. You keep it. You keep it on yourself. If the carry needs, you can feed it to him. You know, spoon feed it. Don't. Never trust your carry that he's going to use it at the right moment.
That's also fair. Also, speaking of carries, this is a Marana building. You probably know it in your head already. Arcane Boots, and Miposhka did hand over the Lotus as well.
I'm disappointed. However, that's why they're where they're at. You give him the load spool, he's going for Arcanes, of course, Gleipnir afterwards. That's stock standard on almost any ranged carry at the moment.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And then I'll keep Jakiro with a lot of mana as well. That means more dual breaths, more aggression from this Team Spirit lineup up top. Interested to see who's going to be rotating off of mid first, as right now Laurel is in a little bit behind the Monkey King.
Yeah, he's not too far, right? Like if you're in Walker, you kind of expect that at the moment, but you don't expect to be dominating. Like I would say 9 out of 10 lanes.
Level 5, Monkey King's coming through towards bottom, and Collapse, he's holding onto the Burrow Strike, lands it, but it's not likely that he survives here, as there's the Balance Strike from Lorinoff to get the kill on a Collapse, and it is also First Blood.
Yeah, nice rotation. The lane was pushed in, so Invoker, of course he knew that Monkey was missing, but where exactly he left, he couldn't say for sure.
Discounts again. Or, you know, last time this happened, the pause happened. This time, as he's currently getting hit by the tower. So that might be a little bit rough there for Laurel. We'll see if he is allowed to go back, if Lorinoff allows him to walk back. It's kind of it's a bit of a bad spot.
You just TP everyone in right now.
as we get a quick disconnect this time. That's my biggest question.
I don't think he dies. Even if Monkey goes on him, Larl 99% is not dying, and Jab's trolling him as well. I mean, I'd love to see that. Actually, I'd love to see that, but
just TP mid. I feed mid. Get it, MK. Report mid. I love this. A little bit of banter goes a long way.
Don't kill Invoker. He new to this game. Yeah.
MK party with Invoker.
Yeah, this is some.
Win trading. I was expecting that. That was the next one I was waiting for.
Of course.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
That's how I look playing Deadlock. By the way, I just run into towers and die.
Yeah, I'm not amazing at that game, but I feel like I'm not amazing at games in general.
I played the green Pango version. Anyways,
Viscous.
not gonna talk about that game. Instead, Dota, Larl.
Alright, yeah. Okay, you know what? He's doing some damage. I didn't think that he was actually gonna hit Laurel after that.
I mean, what do you allow him to do? Go back and attack you at the same time? Like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe he could have allowed him to go away completely, but yeah, whatever.
That's fair. I get you. Miposhka coming over. And maybe they could tornado dual breath. Miposhka picking up the amplify damage.
Why did he take it away from Invoker?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
He can dish out some serious damage going back top lane, but I'm sure Invoker will be happier with it.
Now, what wins? Lornoff at level 6 or Miposhka amplified damage at level 3, but they don't end up fighting. And actually seeing that Miposhka is away, Lornoff went towards top, but still not fighting anything.
Yeah, Jakiro just a little bit too tanky. So if you jump him with Monkey, chances are you won't kill him fast enough, and you just need +1 with the DD Jakiro to kill the Monkey. Top lane, we're done. Larl TP'd in as well, so let's see if they can maybe make a move on Jabs here.
Are scanning.
The scan connects, and because of that, I guess Larl just has to ghost walk away. Perhaps go back mid? I'm not sure. We'll see what he decides to do right now, but this is the problem that I see with Invokers sometimes. You just make these rotations, they don't connect, and then you're kind of stuck. Okay, he's going to a sniper. Arrow connects. Easy kill, and now Jabs. You can't really help. No arena. Going on collapse. I think he should be dead. Is he gonna die? Lornoff, he's got that mastery up, but can't really chase the Sand King for now. Q is here, he's got MP. Big pumping it, collapse. Yeah, he stuck around for way too long. Mira will not be able to help him.
Jabs.
And another one. And stacks as well. Like, this start is way better than game number 1 for Aurora, or any of the games today, I would say. Collapse is trying to TP into save his stacks, but they're already gone.
Stacks gone. 2K lead for Aurora.
Yeah.
Like you said, looking way better.
Much, much better for them. Poshka does get another ancient stack at least for collapse. He's got that level 3 sandstorm. Is it easy for him to farm it? Not really, but yeah, it's fine. Maybe a little bit later he can go and farm out this pushed in wave.
Well, 2K net worth lead. What can they do with it? Can Aurora secure themselves their first game? Stacks gone, like you said. Net worth lead being gained by Aurora. And 23, despite the fact that we saw that beginning of that lane where 23 all of a sudden had like 50, 75 health to start, he's top of the net worth. He's had a great game so far.
Yep. He's having a... like, this is what I see 90% of the time, though. Like, every time I see Morphling in games, he's on top. He's free farming. Like, you try to kill him a couple of times, maybe if you have some nuking hero. You fail, and then he free farms. As a position 4, you feel kind of useless, and you just start rotating across the map.
What are the answers for Spirit at the moment? They're just waiting on farm. They're waiting on their items, right? But is there anything more that you'd like to see them do?
I don't think they're too sad with how the game is going. It's all on Larl and his rotations. Like, this hero is basically made to rotate at this point. He's got action.
That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
They've got the Tornado EMP. Out of mana is Lorinov. Starstorm lands. Dual breaths there. They get the kill on Lorinov. And that's exactly what they needed. It was just a rotation into a kill.
Yeah, and it's such a good kill as well because it prevents them from making an aggressive move on the tier 1 tower top. Plus the arena is used. Very nicely done. Completely different situation, I would still say. A much better position to be in, but Q mid lane, Mira missed.
Unfortunate, and now they're going to have Lorinov come back into the mid lane. And he's going to look as Jabs is dead up top to Radon for Mira. The shrapnels are placed. The sharpshooter is going to be thrown in death.
I love how he tried, like, some other Hoodwink would try to jump off the cliff with the ulti, right? Like, you use that sharpshooter bounce back to jump off the cliff. Instead, what he went for is for Q sniper. He tried to get that kill before he died.
Yeah. Maybe no chance to think about that, though, with Simeon's stride on Lorinov, right? Like, as long as he's got health, he's going to chase you down no matter what.
That's true as well. It was unlikely that he survives that in any case, but...
We'll see as
12
12 minutes into the game, it's sitting about even.
Mm-hmm.
For situation, it would have been cool if he got it, but Q surviving, knowing full well he's fine, and it is giving more and more over to the Monkey King, right? MK sitting at 4,600 net worth, kind of needs a little bit more.
Well, it's not great for him, but this net worth is completely fine for a mid lane monkey. This is basically what you want to be doing. You want to be moving across the map, creating some space. Your net worth will suffer a little bit unless you're like 10-0 at this point, because you're not really hitting creeps at all times. But overall, I think he's okay with his net worth at the moment.
Definitely okay with it, but how much of a problem will be? You see Radon getting a lot of farm. His Maelstrom is flying out, so he'll have that. And then you do have Collapse at a decent net worth himself, going into the pipe, 1,800 gold into it.
Interesting, by the way, he's going for the pipe. So basically, when the draft completed, I was looking at both sides and I was thinking, damn, this is the first 2 drafts where no one is buying auras. You know, like, you look at these heroes and, okay, supports, but there isn't a core that buys them really quickly or wants to buy them really quickly. But it looks like Collapse will be a little bit unconventional on the Sand King. Like, I've seen a lot of Blink first, I've seen a lot of Bloodstone first items, but he's going for straight pipe. and then Crimson. So full on going for that Aura carrier build.
Taking a look at on our screen the Hill Troll Berserkers and the Cobalt Foreman.
They're lined up very nicely.
That's my Foreman.
I like the chain. I like the chain right there.
Sandy.
I'm a big fan of the goblet that he sips out of with the rubies on it.
Sure. He's got such a good goblet, but his tent is like 2 sticks and a hide.
And you spend
Look at that
money when you spend money on the drip and not the housing.
Dude, that's literally every Bosnian. Like you don't have a you don't have an apartment, but you're driving like some BMW from 2024, you know? Like you have nowhere to live, you have no food. but your ride is cool.
Well, not for much longer. Down goes the Cobalt. They'll come through towards bottom, but Radon is actually the one who might be in a little bit of trouble here. Balance strike to start it off. They go to the arena. And Radon hit with the Assassinate. They will get that kill onto the Mirana. 23 Savage also showing up. These heroes over bottom for the side of Team Spirit find nothing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's unfortunate for them, but very fortunate for the side of Aurora. Can't be too upset about
Is under attack.
Aurora and what they've been able to accomplish so far, but net worth still sitting at about even with the Mirana at 6,500.
Yeah, so far so good. I just feel like they have too many heroes on Spirit, at least. The way I see the mid game play out is they have too many of these heroes that want to stay on sidelines, and only Sand King to really be charging in. And even Sand King, you don't necessarily want to be charging in. That's why he's going for this build. Like he's buying Pipe, he's buying Crimson because they don't have anyone else that will be frontlining for them.
Right.
Creating that chaos in fights. Like this isn't your Sand King that goes out, blinks back, instants, goes out, pops Bloodstone with Epicenter, you know. Like he has to be very tanky. On the other side, it's so much easier. You have Wukong's command, you have the arena. Even Treant with Overgrowth will be able to set things up for them.
You've gone the easy route of just, you know, stacking circles.
Yeah, pretty much. Circles are good in Dota. Most of the time.
Definitely most of the time, and we see as Q just showing off the fact that he can assassinate. He just chooses not to at the moment. Finishes off those drums. Again, coming towards bottom, though, is Team Spirit. They've got Mira waiting within the trees, waiting for somebody to react to collapse, and Warrenoff showing as the bushwhack lands. The acorn shot's thrown over. The heroes here, though, for Spirit are just not all there.
Is under attack.
Yeah, they're connecting with some at least.
I'm wondering if maybe they catch Q in this position, but that's just an illusion that sees Q. Oh, Tornado EMP. Sharpshooter with the bushwhack. They've got the mana out of his hands. They go to the arena. They get the kill. Oh, yes, they do. Warrenoff's going to be dead. Collapse and Laurel taking a lot of damage out of the shrapnel. And the Morph turning into the Sand King. Burrow Strike on Laurel. There's the Ice Path as well as the Dual Breath. That stops 23 Savage from getting the kill on Laurel. The Assassinate's going to come through to get the kill on the Jabs, but they'll lose Collapse. Another Assassinate. Mira's dead. 2 heroes gone on both sides. Sunstrike not going to land on Ali, but it will be a 2 for 2.
I think you're much happier with, if you're Team Spirit, with how this went. Like you got the kill on position 2 and 3. Meanwhile, you lost the support and your offlaner. Like you could see how much Sand King does in these fights if he's up front with the pipe. It really makes a difference. One thing that I also noticed is that Aurora, they're lacking damage. Like it's so difficult for them to take down any targets. Yeah, you have a lot of these circles, but no heroes that... Sure, shrapnel, and that's it. Like, if your monkey is dead, shrapnel is how you deal damage. And if your monkey is alive, well, your monkey has a Midas, so he's not gonna do way too much as well.
Yeah, getting a Midas, maybe expecting this game to go super late, but is late where you want to be if you're Aurora?
The prize is mine.
I think so. I think they're like super late game is stronger. And I don't think that Midas is necessarily only about the late game. Like, you get a lot of attack speed. It's not terrible for you when you're playing mid. But if, let's say, if he maybe had an Ethos there with a Vitality booster, for that Gleipnir that you usually see from monkeys mid, and maybe that would actually make him live through that engagement. But
Right.
Midas is gold, though. It's shiny.
Yeah, and it gives money.
Yeah.
Are scanning.
Always nice. Top of the net worth without a Midas is 23. So he's doing a-okay. Collapse, he's been keeping up though, and he's almost got the Crimson Guard. The Aura game is there for Collapse.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, absolutely full on into the auras. On the other side, Mars is also buying Crimson, by the way, which does make a lot of sense. Bot lane, Wukong's, Mira.
Sharpshooter to get out of the circle on the run. Trying to get away from these heroes. Just buying some more time, but eventually will die. Primal Spring is there. Ollie gets the kill. It was the Leech Seed slowing him down. Never had a chance, really, again, with Simeon Stride just allowing Ornoff to keep up.
Yeah, but it's so hard, you know, even this kill, it took them so much time to kill a Hoodwink position 4 on the enemy team. Even though you have vision of her and you can follow her, you even committed Wukong's command for that, so kinda telling of where in this game Aurora is at the moment.
Right. Game 5, though. Things not moving too fast. We're not seeing these major 5-on-5 team fights right now. Both teams content with just kind of farming it up, especially with the Midas now going into the Maelstrom, which is completed, flying out here for the Monkey King. You've got the Manta ready going into the BKB after this Crystallis for the Morphling. Like, they're super content with farming on the side of
Oli,
Aurora.
look at Oli, please. This is... that could have been so good from him. It still is. Like, he broke the smoke with his face, but he still broke it, and he's a 5, so probably the best hero. If you are going to die to that smoke, probably the best hero to do so.
Is under attack.
The reason why this game is slow, by the way, is 100% the mid laners. Like, on one side you have the Monkey King, on the other you have an Invoker whose rotations didn't really work.
Burrow Strike, Arrow, Sunstrike, and that is a very dead sniper. Radon getting that kill.
Right. By the way, Invoker just purchased, minute 19, Midas. Larl has one as well. He's like, no, Monkey King, you're not gonna outfarm me.
They've heard that Midas is good.
Yeah. Lorenov, who I think he did spot the Ghost Walk.
Radiant
He should have
are
at
scanning.
least, yeah. He's scanning for Invoker.
The scan with my icons always is misleading. It looks like the icon is under the scan, but it doesn't have enough glow that way. And they're going to morph into the Sand King. They go to the Burrow Strike. Burrow Strike out of the circle, though. The Arena's going to follow it up. It's the Circles game. And they've made the Venn diagram, and they'll get the kill and a Collapse.
Yeah,
They get that at least. Assassinate on Amira. Sharpshooter, Ice Path, that all lands. Holly goes into the Overgrowth, so they have the lockdown to maybe stop the chase from Spirit, or maybe turn around and go. Radon killed off by 23 Savage, who turned into the Sand King once again and had the Burrow Strike to get the control onto this Mirana. Maposhka being chased down. 2 more shots needed to get this kill. Thinking about an Assassinate under the tier 3 tower. They don't quite care. Boundless Strike. The Assassinate lands. They get the kill there onto the Jakiro, and 4 heroes are dead on the side of Team Spirit.
Look, the moment Sand King dies, if you weren't there fighting with him, I don't think you should take any engagements. They died so easily, and Radon got collapsed on in an instant. I think he wasn't as trigger happy with BKB as he probably should have been in that last fight, and because of that he does fall. Also, they're losing ages off of that. Roshan easily taken by Morphin.
And this is Aegis 423. And he is top of the net worth.
Yeah, he's having a good game, like a good target to morph into as well, right? Like getting into a skin of Sand King, having that Impale and Sandstorm to follow him around. Plus Aegis, like they're ready. I feel like Aurora, they were really lacking damage earlier on, but they had these 5 heroes that really benefit from. It's not only the levels that were needed, like they needed a lot of items, and now they got them. Like Morphling, he's got the Daedalus. Like you want the damage, that's damage, right there.
And the thing too is he wanted to go for the BKB and he thought about it, but the fact that he's getting this Aegis means he can forego it. And there's the blink into the arena. They've got the spear. Mira's dead.
Collapse.
We're off, getting that kill with the Boundless Strike and Collapse. By this tier 2 tower pretty forward. They don't have the arena anymore, but they could just blink spear and 23 Savage with a Daedalus could get a kill. However, they won't make that chase.
Because of this build that Collapse went for, right? Like he doesn't have a blink, so initiating on the side of Team Spirit is extremely difficult. Like you need to somehow use this Ghost Walk, scout the heroes out, maybe set up with Tornado, and then use the Burrow Strike afterwards. But you don't have this instant oomph, like, okay, I jump this target and it's blown up in a second. They just don't have that.
Definitely feeling the lack of damage from a mid laner for the side of Spirit. Like, we're not getting the most out of Invoker at the moment.
Yeah, you think like the Midas Dragonlance not working. The thing is, like, I feel like this could work in some different game in which your carry can actually go in and be that Chaos frontliner. My issue with this is the Mirana and the Invoker. They kind of cover the way this Invoker is built and the way it's played. It kind of covers the same role. So, of course, it's Team Spirit. Like, they can make anything work. It's just that it will be a bit more difficult.
Get the kill there onto Mira again. Warnoff on a killing spree. He's going into the Gleipnir. And they are even thinking about high ground.
I think they can. There's no hoodwink. They can just set up behind 23 Savage. They have the arena. If anyone goes in, even Collapse.
Burrow Strike from the Morph. Turning into the Sand King. Burrow Strike turning it around. Now Ice Path is there on the ground. They're trying to get the kill to 23 Savage. And they'll take him out behind the tier 3. They will activate that Solar Flare. They've gone to the arena. They have the control. They'll have the damage to get the kill to Collapse. And now they're going to look over at Jabs. Wukong's command is going to be committed. 23 Savage on the back lines. They've glyphed up this wave as well as the tier 3, so they're not going to lose the tower, but they'll end up getting the kill onto the Mars. Warren off, Mischief, Tornado landing. They've got the Shrapnel down for a second. They start to walk away, and without this Sand King, the chase from Spirit's going to be limited.
No matter how far ahead you are, high ground Oda needs to be respected, right? Like, this is the best position for Team Spirit to fight in. And 23 Savage, I feel like it was unnecessary the way he played. Like going so far out, so deep, even just allowing Mira to resurrect and have a proper 5v5. Like, he forced Mars's hand. Like, Mars needed to jump in and pop that arena.
Yeah, otherwise he was probably dead a second time.
Yeah, so 1-for-1 in this situation, I think, isn't something that they'll be too happy with, but they do see Larl once again on top lane.
Who's going for the BKB? So Hurricane Pike, BKB, Octarine. All that's nice, but you're up against a Morphling who is top of the net worth by quite a bit. This is a really, really tough game for Spirit to just shut down the Morphling from his advantage.
Yeah. You could see that they are able to take him down, though, right? Like, if he's out of position, like, there's a lot of damage coming from that Solar Flare. It's still like one of these spells that catches me off guard, just how much damage Mirana deals. If you're a position 1, of course, and not only Mirana, but her allies too.
Now the thing about that though is they were able to kill 23 Savage. He extended the time where he doesn't have BKB. He's now going for that.
He's got it, right? Like,
Yeah, I think it's flying out, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And they're gonna find Laurel. Assassinate, Tornado, EMP, well done, but the balance strike lands. The Nature's Grass is down, slowing him up. Getting the kill is the side of Aurora.
The vision game is also very strong. Like this ward on the cliff, and it's not only the ward on the cliff. Like you're playing with on Team Spirit, like you're playing with this Invoker plus Hoodwink. They want to play inside the trees. They want to be sneaky, you know, like just catch pickoffs, farm behind enemy lines. You can't do that versus Oli's tree and the Monkey King. Like they just scout you constantly.
Boundless Strike, Wukong's command, Burrow Strike, and can they still fight into this though? They are without Laurel.
Yeah, they're not gonna fight. This is a side lost. They still have the outer tier 2s available, so nothing more will happen.
What can they get done?
Oh no, I'm just looking at... Oh,
Arena. That is a squirrel caught. And to nobody's surprise, squirrel in a gladiator arena does not survive.
Radiant are scanning.
Also Crow doing some major damage.
Pushka, nice path. Oh, we just missed.
All kind of off the mark, and now that's going to leave Laurel and the rest of the team kind of exposed here. 23 Savage pops the BKB. He is going to go in on this, try to get the kill to Laurel. They'll get the kill to the Invoker. They're going to look off for the rest. Maposhka running away from Lorinov, who doesn't have a lot of mana remaining, but the Assassinate flies through. They get the kill to Maposhka. That's going to be 2 heroes dead on the side of Team Spirit with the buyback being used by both of them.
Savage.
They go after 23 Savage. They'll get the kill onto the Morphling. He's in too far. He's in well ahead of his team. And now Radon going to try and turn this around with the BKB. They've got the Sharpshooter. They have the stun. Burrow Strike on a Q. They'll get themselves another. And it looked oh so good for Aurora until 23 Savage went in just too far.
Yeah, I think, you know what happened there? Solar Flare didn't kick in just yet. So Miranda was hitting Morphling for almost no damage. And he felt because of that he can go in a little bit deeper. But then that Solar Flare damage actually racked up. It is nighttime, so it took a little bit longer. Once it did rack up, Miranda actually started kicking ass.
Yeah. And that was Morph taking a lot of damage real fast. Really clipping in there. With the epicenter, of course. But that did cost the buyback from Laurel and the buyback from Mira. So despite the fact that 23 Savage does end up dying in that fight, they pulled out a couple of buybacks in that one.
Yeah,
Which could make the difference.
Of course, I feel that if you're Aurora, you're still fine with everything. Like, you're not that happy that your position 1 died, but overall the fight was very convincing for your side. And if you take the same one again, they won't have the buyback on Invoker.
Searching.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Are smoked up on the side of Aurora.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh. Well, losing the courier, beating the gem, but they've got the spear that lands on a Maposhka. And Assassinate follows it up. Macropyre on the ground. Ice Wall also being used there by Laurel to try and keep them away.
Yeah, no huge cooldowns, and you dodged this smoke quite well on Team Spirit. Maybe even a chance for you to attack. There is no arena.
And they make the move. They are still set here on the side of Spirit over by the tier 2 mid.
They have the Bloodstone and they have the Blink now on Collapse, so a little bit easier for them to make a move if they want to. But still 8k behind. It's not a comfortable position to be in.
They back off on the side of Aurora. Looking to be ready for Roche, which is over bottom, and maybe they go for that. But Spirit, they're gonna smoke, and Ollie again, dude. Just in these perfect positions. Burrow Strike lands. Will they react on the side of Aurora? They're nowhere nearby. So it looks as though they're gonna let him die. They'll lose Ollie. He's dead for 45 seconds.
Oh,
there is a gem that is picked up by that courier.
Yeah, he was delivering himself wards. And because of that, the courier was close enough. Like, Mira was going for the gem, but his courier was just close enough to snatch it. So really nicely done by the Treant. At the same time, though, they are smoking up, and it looks like if they find no one, they can go straight into the pit, right? Not sure if they're quick enough, though.
They're gonna go to the pit. Where is the side of Aurora? Don't want to be giving up this Aegis.
Solar Flare used.
It's a way back in.
They're so fast, though.
It's too fast of a Roche take, and Ornoff, he's nearby, but nobody else is here. And unfortunately for the side of Aurora, they've given up this Aegis.
Yeah, nothing really they could have done about that. Treant was still pretty much dead when they got into the pit. They couldn't connect fast enough. They did buy some new items, though. They have a full nullifier on 23 Savage, so that can come in handy in this next fight. I think there's just a lot of things that you can nullify. So not too surprised he went for it. A lot of damage as well.
23,000 net worth on 23 Savage. Has that nullifier going into the Swift Blink. This is
Under attack.
tough right now, because now you have to try and go and fight into an Aegis, right?
Pretty much. Like, I feel that they had solid control of the game once they took the high ground on top lane, but right now a couple of mistakes here and there, specifically losing the Treant in the mid lane. Like, he broke the smoke, it was good, but they couldn't connect. That arena and the smoke that they had before also didn't connect. And Team Spirit, they're so good at these little micro movements. They make you waste a spell, one spell, and they instantly pounce. They smoke up, they get another pick off.
Yeah, Ollie was that pick off. He's trying to go for a Blink Dagger to maybe set up a better overgrowth situation. It's tough though. Radon now with the Satanic taking out this Mirana gets that much harder. And also has that Aegis, so in theory, 3 lives, right? You get low, you Satanic, you die, you respawn.
BKB, a lot of lifesteal as well. And she didn't really reach her full potential. Like, you just wait and see when this Mirana gets like a crit. That's when things really become interesting.
Aurora at the beginning, and more so in the without the last 5 minutes or so, we're being quite aggressive, but they do smoke up.
Yep, they have this Blink Hex on jabs, so Mars initiation is even stronger now.
See if they can find anybody as the side of Aurora and 23 Savage looking to activate that old adage, the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, the only problem is their mid lane is being pushed in, so Spirits should know they're coming.
Can they jump? Can they find this arena? Smoke breaks. Some shrapnel's down, and they're just gonna back away from each other. They wanted it. They wanted to find their mark, and they wanted to go in and fight despite the Aegis.
Yep, I think they just had that Hex in mind. Like, when you get the Hex, the next team fight can be crucial for you, because you can eliminate that one hero before he even BKBs.
Yeah.
But they didn't manage to, and right now this positioning could be solid for Spirit. They have the high ground.
Dust used Acorn shot. That's going to bounce off of Lornoff. Wisdom Rune picked up. And still nobody fully committing just yet. They're going to back away. Actually, Maposhka goes all the way back to the tier 2 mid.
Yeah, strategically, this game is much, much better than this game, the first game of the series or the last series as well. Like you can see the way their brains are working and how much they're invested in just taking the right fight. There isn't like this, I don't know, just full davai, you know, you just go in, you hack someone. No, you need to take the proper fight in a proper position around your wards. The network difference really isn't there. Like 4K is not that much at minute 35.
It's not, and it comes from the fact that they get that kill on Ollie, they're ending up taking the Aegis, they're able to farm on these heroes as time goes by. You know, now Laurel, he's got that Midas that's turned into a BKB with a Pike, and he's got 2,700 gold to spend. They're getting a lot of gold on these heroes. But the answer is if Aurora can answer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, the Aegis has been reclaimed, and if there is time to do it, this should be it. Look at Sniper, by the way. Shadowblade, Pike, like... These supports should just say that they're cores at this point. Stop this madness, just buy yourself a Maelstrom.
It's been bothering you, hasn't it, with these support cores?
I mean, not really, not with some heroes like Hoodwink and, you know, like these types, Dark Willows. I'm fine when they get to right click, but I feel like Sniper is there for the first 3 minutes of Shrapnel, and then he's just in his own world, you know? He's trying to become a second position one.
It's really, you know, the support cores are quite nice. It's like the Spork. Fork, spoon, spork. Core, nice. Support, sport. We've got them. They can be both.
I get it. So it's the new position.
Yeah. No jungler, just spores. I think that works out.
He's got all the talents for it. 30 attack speed on the Sniper, 30 headshot damage as well. You know, and the items as well are exactly as they should be. Maybe some Maelstrom here and there for faster farming, but this is also fine.
Next rush potentially in a minute and 20 seconds, so 80 seconds minimum. And both teams may be feeling the presence of that third Roche coming their way. You've got 23 Savage at level 24. Close to that level 25. Going for an Eye of Scotty. Has that Satanic now.
Look at that shield barrier. Like he went full strength, took the shield.
Very balanced.
Yeah, this is when you should fight. But one tornado, of course, and it's gone. But still, he's got extra 3,000 damage shield applied.
For now. Slapping down the tail, collapse, maybe looking for the blink epicenter. Some wards placed and trying to get some vision and trying to get some information. Nothing gained just yet. You see these illusions pushing mid, but all 5 heroes of Spirit are going to stay still, and they're going to throw that arrow to try and get them some information over on the high ground and see if they can move up.
Yeah, they're just not really willing to take a fight here, just because of that cliff next to the river. They know it's warded, and taking a fight right there would be kind of difficult for them. Top lane is also being pushed in, so someone needs to take care of that lane.
Ends up being Laurel. And now maybe they have an opportunity, but again, they've got this obs, they have this sentry, and it's going to spot some information. So go for the arena. It's going to be a spear coming through, but this is Collapse going in with the BKB. They're going to look over at Jeff. He's going to be all alone. Ice Path back fire. They get the kill onto the Mars. They'll end up losing Maposhka with the right click damage coming up from Rajan with the Solar Flare. The BKB is going to run out on the Mirana. They'll leap away, maybe going back towards this Morphling, who turns into the Sand King. Burrow Strike onto the high ground. Oh, the Burrow Strike. That's going to stop the TP, and now he's going to have to run, trying to get out of this one. as the Boundless Strike lands from the Monkey King. The BKB is going to be popped by Laurel. They've got themselves the Ice Path. They'll get the kill into the Monkey King. Warnoff's going to die. The Assassinate lands on Amira, and they'll end up trading there, but it is a 2 and a 3 taken out on Aurora for the Hoodwink of Spirit.
Yeah, not the best trade right there for Hoodwink for Monkey King, but that fight, it looked so damn good in my eyes. Like, jabs, he jumps in and he skewers like 3 heroes, 2 of them at least he spears, the third one he hexes, so he separates them completely from the fight. But Morphling at the same time gets controlled by Sand King, so he cannot follow up into that arena to dish out any damage.
Yeah.
Even though they had the advantage in numbers because Invoker was defending the base, like, they still couldn't take that fight properly because Collapse is just a beast frontlining, preventing 23 from much doing anything. Also, Monkey King not dishing out any damage there was an issue.
Roche up in 9 seconds. And Warnoff dead for 30. We saw how quickly they take it on the side of Team Spirit as Roche is now up. They've got Solar Flare if they want to just pop it and go, but for right now, nobody's in the pit. They're expecting Aurora to kind of inch out. Maybe they can catch them a little bit too far from safety.
Yeah, if you're that deep next to Rush Pit without your BKBs, they're still on cooldown, it's dangerous. Like, at least Larl's still is. 4 more seconds.
So now they've got Lorenoff back in the mix. Daedalus picked up for Mirana, so even more damage with the activation of the Solar Flare, just coming through at a quicker pace and making things a little bit more difficult for the side of Aurora.
Yeah, it's a massive damage spike for Mirana now. Like, Daedalus does so much on her. The attack speed is already insane. You get bonus damage from your Solar Flare, the attack speed of course as well.
If anybody were to see it, there is an amplified damage on bottom. But it's a stalemate so far, a standoff at the Roche Pit for this third Roche Aegis Cheese, Roshan's Banner, and Refresher Shard. As Ali hidden invis, looking for his opportunity to blink in and maybe go for an overgrowth, but forced to blink away, so that's on cooldown for a second. Solar Flare is used. They'll hop into the pit. They'll start to take this Roche. It's going to go down pretty quickly, so they need to make a move. They know that they're in the pit, but look at how fast this Roche is. They throw a tornado out. There's nothing. Nothing there for the side of Aurora. They'll BKB, they'll try to leave. Warnoff goes in with the BKB. They're going to go into the Burrow Strike, but now he's going to pop his own BKB. They try to get these heroes. They throw out the Gleipnir, and everybody on the side of Spirit pulls that ejection cord and gets out. The only one who was even close to going down is Mira, but scurries away.
Yep, and he gets the wisdom, or he doesn't collapse, snatches it right in front
Griefed
of
by his own Sand King.
Well, Sand King is getting closer to level 25, so...
Yeah, but Mira's getting closer to level 20.
I would argue that 25 on Sand King might be a little bit more important at this point,
No.
but... Of course, yeah, sure. But damn, they took that rush so fast. The Solar Flare, and you can see the standoff, like, the Aurora were not really willing to engage, but also not willing to give rush away. They just weren't prepared for the speed. Okay, they took it way too damn fast.
Poshka getting the upgrade to the Liquid Frost with that Tormentor taken. Aurora again, now they've given up the last 2 Aegises. Aegis Sai, and they've got to find a way to fight back.
I think they still can.
Yeah. As they're gonna...
Yeah. lags. Throat lags. Some Blink Hex is still available for them, and these heroes, look, we're entering this super late game in which heroes can die within a second. Like this Morphling, even with Swift Blink, Daedalus Nullifier, he hits too damn hard. So if you can jump someone with Mars Hex, that target probably is dying in that one singular Hex. That's why Mirana, by the way, is still carrying the cap, like the neutral item. Just some good old 40% stats resistance if he gets hexed.
Status resistance, still one of the strongest things in the game. truthfully. I'll reconnect. Let's see how quickly we'll get back to it. And right now, if you had to guess the win percentage on the Dota graph, what would you think it is?
I would say it's like 50-50 maybe. Maybe 45-55, something like that.
How off? The Dota Plus graph says 74% for Aurora.
Damn.
And 26% for Spirit.
Interesting. That's probably because of the heroes or something. Maybe it's not used to seeing this Mirana carry, or I'm not sure how it's coded. But on one side you have Morphling, on the other side you have Mirana.
Yeah. There's some heroes that Dota Plus really likes, like Spectre was one of those heroes that you'd start the game with like 65% as Spectre and not lose it unless you were down like 25% or 25,000.
Well, there was one patch in which it truly did feel that way. If you remember Badman, like that guy was like top 1 rank, and the only hero he played was Spectre.
Yeah.
And it was such a good patch. Like everyone was just buying Urn, first item, and
Yeah.
the comeback patch. You like no matter how hard you're losing, you press ulti at some high ground push, and suddenly
Win one fight, it's back.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that was when. Did that line up with when we were covering China DPC and Vici came back from LBZS down 45,000 net worth or something like that? That was Rubber Band patch, right?
Bro, I was still playing in the Rubber Band patch. I don't think you covered anything with me. I mean, maybe. Not
There's
sure.
been multiple comeback patches. Is there gonna tornado, burrow strike, jabs caught here? Arenas, but just dead. That is not a good place to be caught out like that.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage coming from Sharpshooter as well. Like, Mira went for that plus 125 Sharpshooter max damage, so he can blow targets up as well.
They're gonna
And
go
he
for
can also
Mira.
die.
Yeah, they've got that kill. They'll take out Mira. Dead for 75 seconds. Actually doesn't have buyback. Radana level 25 threw the arrows out. Boundless Strike gets on the other side. That's thanks to the shard that Warnoff has.
They're still sticking around, though.
With no Mars, but Mars has a buyback and a TP spot to the outpost if they want to fight.
This is really cool how they circumvented them, and now they can maybe even get on top of Larl or any stragglers in. Let's see.
Radiant are
They
scanning.
might be able to do it, especially to collapse, but the blink away from Ollie.
Yeah, he was afraid of detection. Oh,
Boundless Strike misses. Now they've got the nullifier. They'll go and throw their own Burrow Strike. But Burrow Strike from Collapse with the BKB. He'll try to get the Epicenter off. The Aviana's Feather will activate. And the Epicenter will do nothing. As 23 Savage gets the kill onto Collapse. And he is dead for 90 seconds. Doesn't have buyback at the moment. He doesn't have the gold for it.
this is a huge opportunity for them to push in now. Doesn't have 1,000 gold, so no bounty runes or anything like that will help him out. Like, without the Sand King, they're all ranged, so they can still kinda hold the high ground defense, but it will not be easy.
Can they do it? Can they pull it off for the side of Aurora? Arrows being thrown out by Radon as the shoot added on to the arrow is interesting. We'll see if it ends up affecting the fights at all, but they go, and they have got Warnoff dead to rights.
What?
Nobody can save him. He is dead for 97 seconds, does not have buyback. Oh boy.
Yeah. Sometimes you just go in like that, and you get blown up. There was one hero that can do that. That's the Morphling. Like, he goes in, he hits the tower a couple of times, he swift links out. You can't catch him. He's way too quick. He's got that 40% waveform cooldown reduction talent as well. Monkey is not Morphling. Like, he cannot do that.
He was trying to do the Wukongs with, you know, giving him space, has the extra circle, but he had put it in a position that put him too forward. I would say, or allowed them to be too forward on Spirit.
Yep. Well, unfortunate for Aurora because they had a really solid chance right there to close things out. It will take a little bit longer, and Team Spirit, they have Collapse now back again.
Radiant are scanning.
Collapse is back. Tell a friend. And
Down.
Collapse. Ooh, he's gonna blink. Pop the BKB. They've got the arena down. They get the kill on Radon. He's also dead for 100 seconds. The Sunstrike's gonna come through and get the kill on Jabs. They'll go in, find the Burrow Strike coming out for the Morphling. Morphling taking a lot of damage inside the macro fire. Oh no! Collapse with the epicenter. They'll get the kill on a 23 Savage. They'll take him out for 97 seconds. And they'll look over at Q, who's gonna die. He just bought out on an MKB. So he is dead for 70 seconds. It looked so good for Aurora taking out Radon to start, but they melted on the side of Aurora.
Yeah, it looked way too damn good, but you have to remember they have two of these right-clicker range zeros. It's Invoker as well. Like, this guy isn't your classic spell casting Invoker that you remember from before. No.
Raposhka, he's dead.
Yeah, but you just use Wukongs, they're pressuring your mid lane, but they don't have creep, so maybe this is actually pretty good for you. Let's see if,
Maybe try and cut off the mid lane.
Yeah. Do they try to go for high ground? That's the question.
No.
Well, Larl is still around. He's got the pike, he's got the Ancient Guardian, like, he's dishing out a lot of damage here.
They're gonna go for it, just the two of them. Nobody here to defend. They're trying to defend it with the living armor, and it's keeping it alive for now. So they try for it. They don't get it just yet.
Yep. An attempt. You know, you poke it a little bit, just see how much damage you're actually dealing through the living armor. It isn't a lot, and it will be healed back up by Oli, but let's see. Larl down bottom. Jabs is actually in position to jump him, but
Morphing's coming.
Might be a bit too late. Let's see.
Also, Roche respawning in 5. Short Roche timer.
Oh, Larl is still around. Jabs. He sees him. X is there.
He's got heroes close, but I don't know if they're close enough. They're not. They'll get the kill on Larl. 23 Savage pops the BKB, and now without... They've got buyback again, but without him, it's going to be tough.
Now time to defend as 4.
Yeah.
As 3 at the moment, actually. They were actually coming to him. They were right behind. They wanted to connect with the Invoker, but he greeded out a little bit with that camp. They knew exactly where he was, and that was a little bit greedy from Larl.
Gonna give up Roche.
This is the first rush in a while that Aurora have taken, right?
They got the first one, and now they've got the 4th one.
Yeah. This is massive for them because of one item. I would say, of course, Cheese Aegis, they're both very important, but this Refresher Shard on Mars completely changes the fight, because now you can blink hex the Mirana twice, maybe blink hex her and Invoker. Double Arena, of course, is massive.
Mira on the run, but look at how fast the Simian Stride is. Balance Strike just off the mark. Collapse on the high ground. Everybody on the side of Aurora are actually on the right side of the lane. Smoke gets broken. Mars unaware of the fact that Collapse is right by them, thinking about the epicenter. They go to the Wukong's command. Collapse is going to be behind them, but he'll blink forward, looking for something to assassinate on Amira. Nobody's in the Wukongs. Thinking about the epicenter, there's the blink into the Burrow Strike. They're going to buy back on the Invoker. They go for the Sunstrike. They're trying to get the kill on the 23 Savage. So look over at this Monkey King who eats the cheese. He's got the BKB. They've got the arena down. 4 step forward from Laurel. They got the Aegis out of the hands of the Morphling. They're trying to get a second kill on the 23 Savage with the Burrow Strike. Popping the Lincolns on this Morphling. BKB's going to run out in a moment. BKB pop by this Mars. Goes back into the arena. Taking a lot of damage though. Only down to about a 4th of his health remaining. They go to the Duba that lands on a Lord off the waveform forward. They get the kill on Amira. Now Burrow Strike coming through on the 23. They go to the Overgrowth. It's going to be it for Molly. It's got the control. Can they get the kill though? 23 low. Sunstrike kills him off. He's going to be dead for 99
seconds, no buyback. They've got the Gleipnir down. They'll look over at this Invoker. They'll take out Laurel. Ollie's dead. Down goes Jabs. Lauren falling. 4 heroes dead. Full team wipe here for the side of Team Spirit. Buyback immediately used by Lorenoff. As it, again, with the Aegis looked so good for Aurora, but Spirit always find a way.
They truly do. That's the refresher, that's the Aegis, that's the cheese as well, everything, literally. And you still can't take that high ground team fight into Team Spirit. They're just way too damn good at defending. Like, they bait out the Wukong's command and they play on the outskirts. And while they're playing on the outskirts, Collapse is rotating behind them, right? So he jumps in with the perfect epicenter on 2 heroes. Even though the arena protected them a little bit, like, it wasn't good enough. And this wasn't, like, the way they won fights so far is they jump a core, they hex him, and they eliminate him immediately. You can't do that when you're pushing high ground. You did get Mira. That's good.
Who bought back and is dead for 120 seconds. Morphling is actually short buyback, 93 gold.
There's a bounty rune that Lorenov could pick up, actually.
Barracks has fallen.
But, yeah, unnecessary.
It's just a set of racks. Don't waste the buyback.
They did ping the tier 4s, but they opted not to go for that. They don't have Hoodwink for 100 seconds. So, everything considered, this still gives a good opportunity to Aurora to fight without Hoodwink.
Certainly does. As we're also, by the time Roche is back up, we're going to be at 60 minutes. If Roche comes back up before somebody wins this game. So the chaos gets more chaotic.
Yeah, they're not gonna wait for that. They smoke up immediately. They understand we have a full minute without Hoodwink. Like, he brings a lot of control, a lot of damage as well. Miposhka.
Oh, still Miposhka in trouble. He's got buyback, so this kill isn't terrible for the side of Team Spirit.
Yeah, and they used the BKB on 23 for that. So Morphling used the BKB, I believe Jabs used his as well. Yeah, without 2 buybacks.
They know that, they want to go. 3v5, they're even trying to go for this. Burrow strike, deafening blast. Ooh, Overgrowth used before he dies. Now they're going to look over Radon. They've got themselves the Wukong's command, but the leap out. Boundless strike coming through. Oh no! Lorenoff! He's gonna die. He's dead for 2 minutes. The arrow, ooh, off the mark, and the tornado's gonna be off to his left. He'll turn into this Sand King. Burrow strike, trying to get some distance away. Blinks away from the side of Team Spirit. He'll start to shift into that Agi, but Collapse on his heels. Waveform needs to get out, but doesn't have a TP for 3 more seconds. Smoked. Oh, Waveform, blink, and out.
He's fine, yeah. That was kind of scary from him, but he understood that there's no stun from the Sand King. Lorenov, he felt too comfortable using his ult, like Wukong's command, and just standing his ground, but there's a Mirana fully 6-slotted, still hitting you. Even, like, she's gonna kill you even through all your armor. And on top of that, you have Invoker with Skadi. Damn, they might just push for Throne here. No,
there is Glyph available. Maybe Glyph gets shown, maybe they stop.
They don't care, right? Like,
but tier 4s, yeah, they haven't used it yet. They're gonna blink in, they're gonna look over, they've got themselves the arrow, they're gonna find the damage with the sharpshooter, get the kill in a Q. He doesn't have buyback, now they'll look over the Sand King. Collapse gonna be trying to survive the damage coming in. Had the AV on his feather once again activate, but he's not gonna get far enough away. Collapse is gonna buy back into this one, the throne's gonna be exposed, they'll go after Jeff, they'll get the kill, he's gonna buy back on the Mars. They look at this Morphling, they'll take out 23 Savage, and Team Spirit will take the 2-0 over Aurora, finishing this one out with a team wipe, and GG is called. And Team Spirit, the late game shows its face once again for him.
You know what? They end before minute 60, but the game was still so chaotic, so